Johnny Depp was sitting on a high-backed leather chair on stage, his signature rings glinting under the soft theater lights. He had just finished discussing his latest independent film project at an exclusive Q&A event in Los Angeles. The room was filled with die-hard fans, reporters, and aspiring actors, everyone eager to hear the Hollywood legend speak. Every now and then, he took a slow sip from his glass, smirking playfully as he answered questions with his usual blend of charm and mischief. After a particularly long and detailed response about method acting, he leaned back and ran a hand through his tousled hair. "All right," he said, his deep voice sending a ripple of excitement through the audience. "One last question." A hush fell over the theater as hands shot up, each fan desperate to be chosen. Johnny's kohl-rimmed eyes scanned the crowd until they settled on someone near the back. He pointed. "You there, love? Go ahead." A young woman stood up. Unlike the elaborate costumes and flashy memorabilia that adorned many of the other attendees, she wore simple, understated clothes, a well-worn denim jacket paired with a plain, soft tee and faded jeans that spoke of countless auditions and early mornings. In her hands, she clutched a small, dog-eared notebook, as if it held the secrets of her future. Her voice was steady, yet there was an unmistakable fire in her eyes. "Mr. Depp," she began, "my name is Naima. I'm 23 years old. I've been acting since I was a kid, but I don't have an agent. No connections, no big Hollywood name to vouch for me. But I have talent, and I know if you give me a chance, just one chance, I can prove it. Will you let me audition for you?" The entire room froze. A murmur of whispers swept through the audience. A young, unknown actress asking Johnny Depp himself for a chance in front of everyone was unprecedented. Some fans smiled in admiration, recognizing the courage in her voice. Others exchanged skeptical glances, while a few chuckled under their breath. The unspoken truth was clear. Hollywood rarely rewarded bold dreams without a safety net. Johnny, however, didn't laugh. He leaned forward, his elbows resting on his knees, his expression a blend of amusement and genuine curiosity. "You're bold, Naima," he said, tilting his head as if weighing the gravity of her words. "That's a rare thing in this town. But tell me, what kind of roles do you see yourself playing?" Naima's grip on her notebook tightened, her fingers trembling just slightly with the intensity of the moment. "I want to play characters that mean something. Stories that shake people to their core, not just background extras or side roles. I want to play someone real, someone unforgettable, just as you made Captain Jack unforgettable." The murmurs in the room shifted from skepticism to a burgeoning sense of wonder. Journalists scribbled notes feverishly, and a few veteran actors in the audience exchanged knowing looks. There was an electric tension in the air, a blend of hope, defiance, and the anticipation of witnessing something rare and transformative. Johnny exhaled slowly, his eyes locked onto hers. After a long, deliberate pause, he said, "All right, here's the deal. If you can memorize a scene from any one of my films, perform it right here, right now, and make me believe it, I'll give you my email, and we'll talk." A collective gasp erupted from the audience. Was he serious? Johnny Depp, a man with decades of industry experience, was offering an unknown actress a shot on the spot. Without a hint of hesitation, Naima nodded. With calm determination that belied the racing of her heart, she flipped open her notebook to a page marked with scribbled annotations and heartfelt notes. The stage lights danced across the ink, as if heralding the start of a new chapter. Taking a deep, steadying breath, she raised her eyes to meet Johnny's and began her performance. Instead of choosing the iconic swagger of Captain Jack Sparrow or any of the larger-than-life personas that had cemented Johnny's status in film history, Naima chose a scene from one of his most underrated films, a moment of raw vulnerability where his character laid bare his inner torment and unspoken dreams. Her voice wavered at first, but as the words flowed, it grew more assured and resonant. Every gesture, every pause, carried the weight of someone who had spent a lifetime preparing for this moment. Her hands moved delicately, each movement punctuating the emotional highs and lows of the monologue. For what felt like an eternity, the entire theater was enveloped in a profound silence. It wasn't merely an audition, it was a soulful confession, a glimpse into the dreams of a young woman daring to challenge the status quo. When she finished, a hush fell over the room like a fragile veil. Johnny's eyes remained fixed on her, his expression unreadable, as if he were deciphering layers of hidden meaning behind each line she had spoken. Slowly, he reached into his pocket, pulled out a crumpled napkin, and scribbled a few words with a pen that seemed to hum with possibility. With measured steps, he walked over to Naima, who sat there, momentarily frozen between hope and disbelief. "My personal contact," he said softly, a small, approving smirk gracing his lips. "You've got something, love. Let's see where it goes." The audience erupted in applause and cheers, mingled with stunned murmurs. Reporters scrambled to capture every moment, their pens and cameras frozen on a scene that was as cinematic as any film. Naima stared at the napkin in her hands, its simple scribbles transforming into a symbol of infinite possibility, a tangible bridge between her dreams and the vast uncertain future of Hollywood. After the event, backstage corridors buzzed with the energy of whispered congratulations and furtive exchanges. In one corner, a seasoned casting director with decades of experience sidled up to her. "I haven't seen that kind of raw talent in years," he murmured, his voice husky with genuine admiration. "Let's grab coffee tomorrow. I'd love to discuss some upcoming projects." His invitation, casual yet laden with promise, only deepened the surreal quality of the night. Elsewhere, a group of young actors huddled together, their conversations animated as they debated whether they had just witnessed the dawn of a new era in film. Social media posts exploded with video snippets and live reactions, each tweet and share amplifying Naima's bold moment. By morning, her performance had trended worldwide, and discussions about breaking down the entrenched hierarchies of Hollywood began in earnest. For Johnny, moments like these were a reminder of the unpredictability of the craft. Leaning against a quiet wall away from the frenetic post-event celebration, he recalled his own tumultuous journey, a path paved with rejections, unexpected breakthroughs, and the constant search for authenticity. He had long felt the weight of a system that often prioritized marketability over raw, unfiltered talent. In Naima's performance, he saw not only potential, but also a spark of rebellion, a challenge to a world that had grown too complacent. In the weeks that followed, Naima's life transformed almost overnight. The napkin, carefully folded and preserved in a small leather case, became her talisman, a memento of that fateful evening and a beacon guiding her through the labyrinth of Hollywood auditions. She enrolled in advanced acting workshops where mentors pushed her to refine her technique and embrace her vulnerability fully. Every day became a rigorous blend of rehearsals, self-reflection, and relentless determination. Her phone buzzed incessantly with messages from casting agents, fellow artists, and impassioned fans who had been touched by her performance. Local news channels picked up her story, and soon interviews flowed in, each conversation painting the picture of a young actress destined to challenge the established order. One crisp autumn afternoon, as golden leaves danced outside a bustling cafe in downtown Los Angeles, Naima met with the casting director who had first approached her. Over steaming cups of coffee, they discussed a groundbreaking indie film, an unconventional narrative that promised to explore themes of identity, loss, and redemption in ways that defied genre conventions. The role was challenging and multifaceted, demanding an actor who could oscillate between strength and fragility with seamless grace. With every word, the casting director's vision resonated with Naima's own aspirations, reaffirming her belief that her moment on stage was merely the beginning of a larger transformative journey. During the production, Naima faced hurdles that tested her resolve. There were days when rejections piled up and nights when self-doubt crept in uninvited. Yet every setback was met with a steely determination, fueled by the memory of that electrifying audition and the unexpected kindness of a Hollywood veteran who had seen in her what others had overlooked. Fellow cast members became both mentors and friends, and the set transformed into a nurturing ground where art and ambition intertwined. Naima's performance in the film slowly began to attract attention, not just for its emotional depth, but also for the raw, unfiltered authenticity that radiated from her every scene. Back on the studio lot, amidst the organized chaos of production schedules and creative brainstorming, whispers of change began to ripple through the corridors. Johnny Depp himself was known to visit the set unannounced, each visit a silent nod of approval that reassured the team that they were part of something meaningful. His occasional visits sparked lively discussions among the crew, stories of his own early struggles, the triumphs that had defined his career, and the unexpected moments of grace that had guided him through a labyrinth of Hollywood's glittering yet unforgiving landscape. As the film neared completion, the buzz around Naima's performance grew louder. Critics who had once dismissed the indie project now found themselves raving about its bold narrative and the standout performance of a newcomer who had defied the odds. In film festivals where the boundaries between mainstream success and artistic integrity often blurred, Naima's story became emblematic of a new era, one where raw talent could rise above industry gatekeeping and where every whispered dream had the potential to spark a revolution. Years later, long after the film had premiered and its accolades had been etched into cinematic history, Naima would often find herself reflecting on that singular night in Los Angeles. In quiet moments, she would unfurl the worn napkin and trace the familiar scrawl of Johnny Depp's words, a reminder that sometimes the smallest gestures could ignite the grandest of destinies. And as she stood before audiences in packed theaters, sharing stories that transcended the silver screen, she carried with her the knowledge that her journey was not just about individual success, but about challenging a system, redefining narratives, and inspiring countless others to believe that every dream, no matter how humble its beginnings, held the power to change the world. Thus, what began as a spontaneous, brave plea on a theater stage evolved into a legacy, a testament to the enduring magic of genuine talent, the unpredictability of art, and the unyielding human spirit that dares to dream against all odds.